This video sponsored by Meeple Movers. No minimum order, no subscriptions. Free shipping on every item, every day. At meeplemovers.com.
Hello and welcome to Brian's Guide to Game. I'm Brian, and today I've got a game called Don't Mess With Cthulhu. Don't Mess With Cthulhu is a 4 to 6 player social deduction game by Yusuke Sato and published by Indie Boards and Cards. In this game, players are secretly either an investigator or a cultist. The investigators are trying to find enough elder signs before Cthulhu is revealed. At the beginning of each round, players look at their cards and declare how many elder signs they have. They then shuffle their cards and lay them face down in front of them. The catch is, they don't have to tell the truth, so play continues taking turns investigating or searching for clues. If an elder sign is found, it's added to the center, and the investigators are one step closer. If it's a futile investigation, then the search continues. But be careful, some members of the party want Cthulhu to be found. So let's check it out, and I'll show you what you get in this deluxe version, I'll describe a few objects of power, and how to not go insane in Don't Mess With Cthulhu. To set up, you set up the number of investigators and cultists based on that chart right there, and then you set up the deck based on that chart. So we're going to do that. We're going to play a 5-player game. So we're going to need 4 investigators and 2 cultists. We need 19, 4, 8, 5 other signs. And Cthulhu. To set up, you shuffle all of the character roll cards, and you deal 1 to each player. There's 4 good guys, 2 bad guys, and 1 unknown card that is removed from the game. Then you shuffle all of the investigation cards, and you deal 5 to each player. We're going to scoot this back a little bit. Then you randomly give somebody the start player token. Then, starting with the start player, they look at all of their cards, and then say, quoting the rulebook, truthfully or not, how many Cthulhu and elder signs they have. So, after they look at their character card, and that can influence what you want to say. So, this guy has 2 elder signs. Then, you shuffle them up so you don't know which card is where. Then everybody else also goes around and declares what they have. In a 5-player game, there's 5 elder signs, 19 nothing on it, futile investigation cards, and 1 Cthulhu. Then, after everybody has declared what they have, the person with the flashlight gets to do an investigate action on somebody else. So, we're going to investigate this guy's card. So, then we flip it over. It was a futile investigation, so we put that in the middle. Then, this player gets to go. And this guy said he had a lot of elder signs, so we're going to pick that card. And we got 1. So if you're good, that's good. You are trying to find all of the elder signs before you run out of rounds or the cultist Cthulhu card comes out. So then you keep playing, pulling cards until you get the number of cards that equal to the number of players. Pick that one. It's 2. Go over here. And that's 3. So that was a really extremely lucky round. So we have already found 3 of the 5 elder signs that we need. And 2 none. So then we're going to remove these and keep these elder signs out so we remember how many we have. Then you take all of the cards, shuffle them up, and begin a new round by dealing them back out to all the players. Note that we still have the cards we pulled out removed. So we deal 4 to each player, and we're going to see if the cultist can do better this time. So if you're a cultist and you have Cthulhu, you're trying to get people to pick your cards. If you don't have Cthulhu, you don't want them to pick your cards, especially if you have Elder Signs. So this guy's the start player, so he's going to start. So this is a social deduction game, and this guy has declared that he has, he's going to shuffle them up, and he declares that he has nothing. And then you continue going around declaring what you have, then we're going to go. So we're going to pick this one, and feudal investigation. And we're going to pick that one, feudal investigation. So the game ends if you find Cthulhu, all 5 Elder Signs, and those both happen immediately, or if the 4th round has ended. So then we're going to pick this card, and we found an Elder Sign. So that's over here. We've gone through 3 cards so far. Then we're going to pick this card, this feudal investigation, and we're going to pick this one. That's Cthulhu. That ends the game. So if we instead had found the final Elder Sign, then all of the good guys, people with the Elder Sign in the corner, would have won. If you pulled the Cthulhu card, or 4 rounds pass without finding all the Elder Signs, then all of the cultists win. So there are these Necronomicon cards that you can add in the game to make it a little bit harder for the good guys. So you need one of these. These count as an Elder Sign. So you'd replace one of these with an Elder Sign. And you need to find it to win, but if you find it before you find any other Elder Sign, so if that's the first Elder Sign you reveal, then the cultists win. And there's 3 of those. You can add in up to 3 of them. Now there's also these super cool, they're called objects of power. So there's Private Eye, so whenever this is revealed, you secretly reveal your role to the investigator. Evil Presence, return all your unrevealed cards to the reshuffled pile. Prescient Vision, reveal a card, flip it back over. And then there's a whole bunch of them. And you can randomly select 5 of these, and this is the best one. Insanity's Grasp. If this card is unrevealed in front of you, you cannot communicate. So you look at it, you have to be careful if this one's in the game, so you don't actually accidentally break the rules, but you look at it, and then if you have it somewhere in your cards, then you can't talk. And that's how to play Don't Mess With Cthulhu. Okay, we got my dad here for a parent's opinion. So Dad, what do you think of Don't Mess With Cthulhu?
I really enjoyed this one because I love social deduction, but this one is simple enough that you can play it with kids.
So I guess we'll start off with components. So it's got the cards, and there's a bunch of them. The feudal investigations, the special, like the Necronomicon, and the insanity cards,
and there's the tokens, the insanity tokens.
Yes, and then there's also the character. They're made out of punch board. Which
it's kind of a thicker. It's like a tile, and then you have your flashlight.
And your flashlight. So artwork. They have art on all the characters, and those are different. And then
a lot of times with a Lovecraft theme, it can get kind of dark. But I liked how on this one they kind of made it cartoony. So Cthulhu, kind of looks like you want to give him a hug. Oh, dark one.
So strategy, it's a social deduction game, so you're trying to figure out who is who, and then you can kind of figure that out by whether or not they're lying about their cards.
So what I liked about it, what makes it easy, is you have your cards in front of you. So you're really only lying about, do you want to come investigate me or not? You don't have to, thread this whole long story about, well, if I was good or if I was bad, then I wouldn't do that, and I'd not tell you to not go there. So you don't have to, keep a lie going and go down a couple levels deep in reasoning. It's kind of real simple and easy, and then there's a little bit of luck involved with the probability of finding something with the flashlight.
So it's not super crazy, which is why it's good for kids.
Yep.
And it's still fun. We played it a lot, and we had fun with it.
Yeah, usually when we play this one, they go really quick, and so it's like, well, let's shuffle it up and play again. And then you can kind of get those madness tokens in there and kind of play game after game after game after game, and then you can use those little tokens. If you get 3 of them or whatever, then you're out, and then the group kind of gets smaller and smaller.
Or I don't know. You can do whatever you want with them. So easy for kids. I mean, we kind of already said it. We played it with Aiden and Lincoln, so it's pretty easy.
Yep, and we played it with large groups. The box says it plays
Large
at 6.
groups, small groups,
Which is
all groups.
yeah. This one's definitely a good one for family gaming, for gaming with younger kids, especially if you like social deduction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
what did you like about it?
I kind of liked that too. How it was like there was still social deduction, but it was light and it was easy, and it wasn't just overly complex.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Don't Mess With Cthulhu by Indie Boards and Carts. Thank you for watching. Brian's Got Game. Please like us on our Facebook page. Send us a tweet at Brian's Got Game. Visit our webpage, briansgotgame.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Brian, this is my dad, and I'll see you next time.